Hello and welcome back to another episode of Cruising Maya. If we haven't met before, we're Jenny and Mac, and together with our dog Disco, we've been documenting our travels aboard our 37-foot sailboat Maya. We've explored the Pacific Northwest from Washington to Alaska. In this video series, we are sailing down the U.S. West Coast to our destination, Pacific Mexico. In the last episode, we got to explore a great coastal town of Morro Bay. And in this episode, we get to explore California's wilder side. We start today's video with us leaving Morro Bay en route to Santa Barbara, a 120-mile passage to the south.
Okay, so it's about 3:30 in the morning on our passage to Santa Barbara, and there's no real wind to speak of, so we've got the motor going. The sea state's been really pretty calm and settled, so that's nice. And also the moon was up for almost the whole passage tonight, and it really makes things easier just when you have that kind of big flashlight in the sky. When it's just total darkness and you're out here, it's kind of crappy. So super nice to have the big moon up there. Looking forward to being in Santa Barbara. Okay, so we're pulling into Santa Barbara, and I guess we're getting closer to the oil spill.
Oil spill threatening the coast of Southern California, and underwater pipes spilling a torrent of crude oil.
You can see evidence of oil in the water. Hopefully it'll come across. There are like splotches and everything. I don't know if that's from the oil spill or all the oil platforms around the area, but yeah, it's starting to get a little thicker as we get closer to Santa Barbara.
So after 24 hours and 120 miles, our passage from Morro Bay to Santa Barbara was complete. Okay, today's shore mission is going to get Disco her updated rabies shot, because we need that to get into Mexico, and just need to keep her rabies shot up to date. Yeah, it looks a little rough out there today, so it might be a little bit of a wet dinghy ride. Okay, so we're here at Limos Feed and Pet Supply, and we checked online and they do a vet clinic once a week, so Disco is getting her rabies shot today. Okay, our Santa Barbara friends gave us a pro tip that there is some free dinghy parking here right below the fuel dock. So Santa Barbara was a quick stop for us. Wanting to save a few dollars, we didn't get a slip in the marina, otherwise we would have stayed longer. The anchorage was huge, with room for lots of boats with seemingly good holding. Also, having the dinghy dock available was really nice, even if it was just under a mile away from where we were anchored. Anyways, it was great to explore Santa Barbara, but it's time to get a move on.
Okay, so we just had like the most rolly and uncomfortable night at anchor that we've had like in a long time. Like just like no sleep. We're like rolling back and forth. The dinghy is just like constantly banging into the side of the boat. Just it's pretty miserable. So anyways, we are leaving Santa Barbara in hopes of finding a place with less swell, and we're gonna go out to the Channel Islands, which is right out there.
Okay, so we made it to the Channel Islands, and it's different than what I expected. I mean, it is gorgeous. The mountains, the island has huge mountains, and I was not expecting that. Yeah, we're here at this little anchorage called Prisoners Harbor. So far the swell's been pretty minimal, so much better than the last night in Santa Barbara. Oh man, we barely slept. That was so rough. And then now we're gonna try to go lobster hunting at night. So we'll see. Okay, so Mac has the sewing machine out and we are making dive belts.
It's got a buckle here.
Quick release.
Quick release. It's got some neoprene on the inside, and then it's got
comfort.
A little bit of Velcro to seal it, just because this belt's a little weak. So just a little extra insurance. You can still rip it off. It'll go right through.
I went to shore on the sup, actually just kind of supped along the coastline just to see if we could find any hidey holes for some lobster. We've got our dive belts. We're gonna go at night, which I'm a little freaked out about because we haven't even tried to catch lobster during the day, but we think that we'll have a better chance at night just because the lobster apparently crawl out of their little hidey holes and kind of walk around on the, maybe we'll be able to spot them and hunt them a little easier. So we're gonna try that out, see how that goes. Okay, so it's pretty dark, the sun's set, and we thought that we could maybe shine a light down there and see if we could see some lobsters. Turns out we should probably go in the daytime since we've never even done this before. So we stuck our heads down in the dark water and we couldn't see more than 2 feet in front of us.
There's absolutely no way we were getting in the water.
So we have to abort this mission for now. We're gonna try again tomorrow.
I don't know what we were thinking we were going to get in the water. That's just crazy.
That was crazy. We both put our faces down in the water for like 2 seconds. We're like, nope.
Absolutely not.
Can't do it.
Not doing it.
These are woes from a failed lobster attempt tonight. We're having cheesy pasta bake with sausage.
So this is our lobster hunting setup right now. We've got the dinghy and the sup, and I'm kind of manning the oars here because there's kind of a bit of a surge out there, and we've never done this before. So this is, you know, we're not used to like being in the water, so this is all brand new. But yeah, that's kind of our setup right now. So we'll try this out, and we're gonna tweak it as we go. Back to the boat.
So it turns out we don't have what it takes to be lobster hunters. Although despite having no luck fishing, it was easy to not be upset when you're surrounded by beautiful views. After 2 nights at Prisoners, we made the 12-mile trip over to Smuggler's Cove on the other side of the island.
Okay, we're free. Okay, so we just lifted up the anchor. We are leaving Santa Cruz Island after a couple days. It was really nice spot here. Kind of got a feel for the Channel Islands and what they're all about. Definitely rolly. We had a super rolly night last night, which was uncomfortable, with big winds coming in the next few days. So we're scooting out of here to mainland. We're gonna go to Oxnard probably and post up at a marina there for a couple days or so.
Yeah, the island is way bigger than I imagined. Way more remote, rugged feel. Lots of birds and wildlife. It's really spectacular. Wish we could spend more time here, but yeah, we'll just have to come back someday.
And our lobster hunting, it was a bust. You know, that's how it is. We just kind of thought we'd just show up and start plucking lobsters out of the water, and it's not that easy. So
okay, but there was 40 traps. I swear to God, 40 traps like at each dive site that we went to, and I even dove down and looked at a couple of traps, and there was nothing in there. So I am convinced that it's like fished out. The season's been open for well over a month now, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay, we are finally sailing with the windvane. Oh my God, it's a beautiful thing. It only took us like 3 years to figure it out.
yeah, it took us kind of an embarrassingly long time to start to use this thing. It was just kind of wrapped in mystery, and yeah, we never really, you know, in the Northwest, we never really found like ideal conditions, you know, although that's just kind of an excuse. So yeah, finally, after coming down the coast and just realizing our electronic autopilot just doesn't really cut it when the winds pick up, you know, above 15 really. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to put this thing to use.
Yeah, especially going down to Mexico, there's pretty consistent winds that blow right down the coast. So yeah, looking forward to just having the windvane steer for us. Can't even tell you how much more relaxing this is, having the windvane steer, not having the autopilot with its like herky-jerky motion and no engine running. The sun's out. Oh, yeah, it's just really nice sail today. Really enjoying it. Wish only every day could be like this. Oh. We did end up in Oxnard, but only long enough to see some friends. After one night at kind of a crappy and expensive dock spot, we moved on to Ventura before another major weather system blew in. So coming into Ventura Harbor, it's a little spicy. There's some big rollers behind us. Mac's doing a good job surfing us in. Oh man.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most intense entrances into a harbor that we've ever had. It was all good, but just like, whoa, huge waves crashing like right next to us. Yeah, we're all good now. Now we're in Ventura. It's supposed to be a nice spot.
All right, so with us safely in Ventura Harbor Marina, that's a good place to stop. Join us next time for the Washington to Mexico series finale. Next episode, we wrap up our time in California as we anchor out in maybe the busiest place ever. We are super excited to get these videos into a new chapter, which will see us sailing down the remote and rugged west coast of Baja, Mexico. There's a lot more adventures in coming episodes, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Also, before we go, we want to remind you we have a website at cruisingmaya.com. There we have a lot more information about us and the boat. We also have a merchandise store that we just released a new logo and t-shirt design, so cruise on over and check that out. And the latest addition to the website is the Gear We Love page, which lists our favorite products that we use on the boat. And the great part is, if you click on any of these links and shop on Amazon, we get a small commission for that sale at no extra cost to you. We're starting to see people using this, and it's a huge help to us. So a huge thank you to everyone who has done that so far. Those commissions really do help our cause, so thank you again for all your support. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. As always, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you here next time. Cheers. How come it doesn't want to play with you?